Hi there, friend. If you're over 60 and you've ever been jolted awake at 2 in the morning by a sharp, twisting pain in your calf, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. That pain is called a leg cramp. Sometimes people call it a Charlie horse, and it can be so painful that it takes your breath away. You grab your leg, you try to move it, and for a few seconds, it feels like your whole calf has turned into a rock. Here's something that might surprise you. According to the Cleveland Clinic, about 33% of people over the age of 60 get a nighttime leg cramp at least once every 2 months, and almost everyone over 50 has had one at least once in their life. So if this happens to you, you are not alone. And more importantly, there are ways to get relief and ways to stop it from happening as often. In this video, I'm going to walk you through why leg cramps happen more as we get older, what to do the moment a cramp hits, foods that may help calm your muscles, simple daily habits to prevent cramps before they start, and when a leg cramp might be a sign to call your doctor. Stick with me to the end because the prevention tips in Section 4 are the ones that help the most people avoid these cramps altogether. And hey, if you find this helpful, would you do me a favor? Hit that subscribe button and tap the little bell icon. We post senior health tips just like this every single week, and I don't want you to miss the next one. Okay, let's get into it.
Let's start with the why. Understanding why this happens can actually make it a little less scary when it does happen. Reason number 1, our muscles naturally shrink as we age. This is a normal process doctors call sarcopenia. Don't worry about remembering that word. Just know it means muscle loss. Research shows that after age 30, we lose somewhere between 3 and 8% of our muscle mass every single decade. And here's the part that matters for us. That muscle loss speeds up even more after we pass 60. What does that mean in plain terms? It means our muscles have fewer fibers to do the same amount of work they used to do easily. So they get tired faster. And tired, overworked muscles are much more likely to suddenly seize up. That's your cramp. Reason number 2, not drinking enough water. As we get older, our sense of thirst gets weaker. You might not feel thirsty even when your body needs water. When you're a little dehydrated, the fluid around your muscle cells shrinks, and this puts pressure on your nerve endings. Those nerves can misfire, sending a signal to your muscle to contract even when you don't want it to. Reason number 3, low levels of certain minerals. Your muscles depend on minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium to contract and relax properly. If those levels get low, from diet, from certain health conditions, or from medications, your muscles can contract and then have trouble letting go. Reason number 4, certain medications. This one is important, so listen closely. Some very common medications for blood pressure and cholesterol, including diuretics or water pills and statins, are known to sometimes cause leg cramps as a side effect. If you've started a new medication around the same time your cramps began, this could be connected. Now, I want to be very clear here. Never stop taking a prescribed medication on your own. Instead, bring this up at your next doctor visit or call your pharmacist. They may be able to adjust your dose or switch you to something else that works just as well without the cramping. Reason number 5, poor circulation. As we age, blood flow to our legs can slow down. Conditions like peripheral artery disease, which just means narrowed blood vessels in the legs, reduce the amount of oxygen-rich blood getting to your leg muscles. Less blood flow means your muscles are more prone to cramping, especially at night when you've been lying still for hours. Reason number 6, sitting or lying still for long periods. If you sit in your favorite chair for hours watching TV, or you lie in bed all night without moving much, your muscles can shorten and stiffen up. Then when you finally move, say getting up in the morning, that sudden stretch can trigger a cramp. So, to sum up this section, leg cramps after 60 usually aren't caused by just one thing. It's often a combination: a little muscle loss, a little dehydration, maybe a medication side effect, and long periods of sitting still. The good news is, almost every one of these causes can be improved with simple daily changes. Let's talk about what to do right when a cramp strikes.
Okay, so it's 2 a.m. and your calf just seized up. What do you do right now? Here are the steps, in order, and a quick note, while calf cramps are the most common, these same principles work for foot and thigh cramps too, with small adjustments I'll mention along the way. Step 1, stretch it out immediately. For a calf cramp, sit up in bed if you can, straighten your leg out in front of you, then flex your foot, pulling your toes back toward your shin like you're trying to point your toes at the ceiling. Hold that stretch for about 15 to 20 seconds. This lengthens the muscle that's cramping and often stops the pain within seconds to a minute. If you can't reach your foot, try this instead. Stand up carefully, holding onto your nightstand or a wall for balance, and press your heel firmly into the floor while keeping your legs straight. This does the same stretching job without needing to bend down. If it's your foot that's cramping instead of your calf, toes curling painfully inward, grab your toes with your hand and gently pull them straight back toward you. For a thigh cramp, straighten your leg and use a towel or your hands to pull your foot upward while keeping your knee locked. Step 2, massage the area. While you're stretching, use your hands to firmly rub and knead the muscle that's cramping. You can feel exactly where the knot is. Use firm pressure and kneading motions, working from the outside of the cramp toward the center. This helps encourage the muscle fibers to loosen and release faster than stretching alone. Step 4, apply heat. A warm towel, a heating pad, or even just running warm water over the area in the shower can help relax the tight muscle fibers. Heat increases blood flow to the area, which helps flush out the buildup that's keeping the muscle locked up, so it lets go faster. Step 5, walk on your heels. Once the sharpest pain has eased a bit, try walking around your bedroom on your heels for a few steps, keeping your toes up off the ground. This activates the muscles on the opposite side of your leg, your shin muscles, which sends a signal to your calf to relax. It's a simple trick, but it works because your body naturally lets one muscle rest when its opposite is working. Step 6, stay calm and breathe. This sounds simple, but it matters. When a sharp cramp hits, a lot of people tense their whole body, shoulders up, jaw clenched, breath held. That extra tension actually makes it harder for the cramping muscle to release. Take slow, steady breaths while you stretch. The calmer your body is, the faster the muscle lets go. A tip from our viewers, keep a small bar of soap under your bottom bed sheet or keep a warm water bottle by your bed. Having heat within reach without having to get all the way up in the middle of the night makes these cramps far less disruptive to your sleep and helps you fall back asleep faster afterward. One more thing to watch for. If the cramp is severe and doesn't ease up after several minutes of stretching and massage, or if the area stays swollen, red, or warm to the touch afterward, that's worth mentioning to your doctor. We'll cover exactly which warning signs matter most later in this video.
Now let's talk about something you can do during the day to support your muscles: food. I want to say up front, these are general food tips, not medical treatment. If you take blood thinners, have kidney disease, or a heart condition, please check with your doctor before adding new supplements, since minerals like potassium and magnesium can interact with certain health conditions and medications. With that said, here are foods commonly recommended for muscle and mineral support and a practical way to work each one into your day. Bananas and potassium-rich foods. Potassium plays a big role in how your muscles contract and relax properly. One medium banana gives you a solid daily dose, but it's not your only option. Potatoes with the skin on, oranges, avocado, and leafy greens like spinach are also strong potassium sources. A simple habit: swap one snack a day, like chips or crackers, for a banana or a handful of dried apricots. Magnesium-rich foods. Magnesium helps your nervous system send the right signals to your muscles, telling them when to relax. Almonds, pumpkin seeds, black beans, and whole grains are good everyday sources. Even a small handful of almonds as an afternoon snack adds up. Some people also find relief from a warm bath with Epsom salt before bed, since magnesium can be absorbed through the skin, a relaxing evening habit that does double duty for both your muscles and your sleep. Calcium-rich foods. Calcium is another mineral your muscles need for proper contraction and relaxation. Dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are the classic sources. But if dairy doesn't agree with you, fortified plant milks, canned salmon with the bones, and leafy greens like kale or bok choy work just as well. Water, and plenty of it. This might be the simplest tip in this whole video, but it's one of the most important. Try to sip water steadily throughout the day, not just when you feel thirsty. That thirst signal gets weaker as we age, so by the time you feel thirsty, you're often already behind. A good general target is about 6 to 8 glasses a day, adjusted for your doctor's guidance if you're on a fluid restriction. Keeping a water bottle or glass within reach at all times and taking a few sips every hour makes it almost automatic.
A few home remedies people swear by. A small teaspoon of plain yellow mustard is a folk remedy some people use right when a cramp strikes. The theory is that the vinegar in mustard may help send a signal that relaxes the muscle. Diluted apple cider vinegar and water is another one people try, since it's a source of potassium. Neither is medically proven, but many older adults report real relief, and both are generally safe in small amounts for most people. Blackstrap molasses is worth mentioning too. It naturally contains calcium, potassium, and magnesium all in one, and some people stir a spoonful into warm water or tea in the evening as a simple nightly ritual. Again, before starting any new supplement routine, even something as simple as extra magnesium tablets, it's worth a quick conversation with your doctor or pharmacist, especially if you're on medication for your heart, kidneys, or blood pressure.
This is the section I promised you at the beginning, the prevention habits that our viewers tell us make the biggest difference. If cramps have been disrupting your sleep, these daily changes are worth trying for a couple of weeks to see how you feel. Habit number 1. Gentle stretching before bed. Spend just 2 or 3 minutes each night doing light stretches for your calves, hamstrings, and feet before you get into bed. Here's a simple sequence you can do right in a chair or lying on your back. Point and flex your toes 10 to 15 times, slowly. Make gentle circles with your ankles, both directions. Pull one knee toward your chest at a time, holding for a few seconds. This helps keep your muscles loose and less likely to seize up while you sleep. Habit number 2, change your sleep position. If you tend to sleep on your stomach with your feet pointing down and toes pressed into the mattress, that position can actually encourage calf cramps. Try sleeping on your back with a pillow placed behind your knees, keeping your legs in a more relaxed, neutral position. Some people also find it helps to keep the bed sheets loose at the foot of the bed so their toes aren't forced into a pointed position all night. Habit number 3, stay consistently hydrated all day, not just at night. We mentioned this already, but it deserves repeating because it's that important. Don't wait until evening to catch up on water. Spread it throughout your day. Morning coffee, then water with breakfast, water with lunch, and so on. Habit number 4, move regularly during the day. If you spend a lot of time sitting, try to stand up and walk around for a few minutes every hour. Even simple movement, marching in place, ankle circles while seated, or a short walk around the house helps keep blood flowing to your leg muscles and prevents them from stiffening up. Habit number 5, wear supportive, comfortable shoes. Standing or walking for long periods on hard floors like concrete or tile in unsupportive shoes can contribute to leg cramps. If you're on your feet a lot during the day, cushioned, supportive footwear can make a real difference by evening. Habit number 6, move slowly when you wake up. Instead of jumping out of bed quickly in the morning, take a moment. While still lying down, gently point and flex your toes a few times. Do a few ankle circles and slowly bring your knees toward your chest one at a time. This wakes your muscles up gradually instead of shocking them into sudden movement, which can trigger those first thing in the morning cramps. Habit number 7, review your medications with your doctor. We touched on this earlier, but it belongs here too, in your prevention checklist. At your next appointment, or even with a quick phone call, ask your doctor or pharmacist, could any of my current medications be contributing to my leg cramps? This is especially worth asking if you take diuretics for blood pressure or statins for cholesterol. There may be a simple adjustment available. Try picking just 2 or 3 of these habits to start with this week. You don't need to do everything at once. Small, consistent changes tend to work better than trying to overhaul your whole routine overnight.
Now, this next part matters, so pay close attention. Most leg cramps are harmless, but sometimes they're your body's way of flagging something that needs a closer look. Here's when to call your doctor and why each sign matters. Your cramps happen several times a week or more. Occasional cramps are normal. Frequent ones often point to an underlying cause: low minerals, poor circulation, a nerve issue, or a medication side effect that's worth identifying instead of just managing the symptom over and over. The cramps are severe enough to disrupt your sleep regularly. Chronic sleep loss doesn't just leave you tired, it affects your balance, memory, mood, and immune system, and it raises your risk of falls. If cramps are stealing your rest night after night, that's reason enough on its own to get checked, even if nothing else feels wrong. You notice swelling, redness, or warmth in one leg. This is the one to take most seriously. A normal cramp is sudden, sharp, and fades within minutes once you stretch it, but pain that lingers, feels like a deep ache instead of a sharp knot, and comes with swelling, redness, or warmth in just one leg can be a sign of a blood clot called deep vein thrombosis, or DVT. A cramp usually eases when you flex your foot. DVT pain often doesn't and can even get worse. DVT becomes more common as we get older, especially after long periods of sitting, a recent surgery, or a hospital stay. If you notice this combination, don't wait it out. Call your doctor the same day or go to urgent care. And if swelling or leg pain ever comes together with sudden shortness in breath, chest pain, or coughing, that's an emergency. Call 911, since it could mean the clot has reached your lungs. You have numbness, tingling, or muscle weakness along with the cramps. This can point to nerve involvement, sometimes from spinal issues like nerve compression, sometimes from diabetes-related nerve damage. A doctor can usually pinpoint the source with a simple physical exam, and catching it early makes it easier to manage. Stretching, hydration, and the habits we covered today aren't helping. If you've genuinely tried the basics for a couple of weeks and nothing's changing, that's your sign. The cause is something these home steps can't fix alone. It's worth a conversation, not more waiting it out. You suspect a new medication is the cause. Timing is a big clue here. If your cramps started around the same time as a new prescription, especially diuretics for blood pressure or statins for cholesterol, mention it at your next visit. Your doctor can check if it's a known side effect and adjust the dose or switch you to something else. Just never stop a medication on your own first. These signs can point to circulation problems, nerve issues, a blood clot, or an electrolyte imbalance, all things a simple exam or blood test can catch early. It's always better to hear it's nothing to worry about than to stay quiet about something that turns out to matter. Your comfort and your sleep are worth that phone call.
All right, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered today. 1. Leg cramps become more common after 60 because of natural muscle loss, dehydration, low mineral levels, certain medications, and poor circulation. 2. When a cramp hits, stretch it immediately. Massage the area, apply heat, and try walking on your heels. 3. Foods rich in potassium, magnesium, and calcium, like bananas, almonds, and leafy greens, may help support your muscles, along with staying well hydrated. 4. Daily habits like gentle bedtime stretches, changing your sleep position, staying hydrated, and moving regularly can help prevent cramps before they start. And 5. If your cramps are frequent, severe, or come with swelling or numbness, that's your cue to check in with your doctor. I hope today's video gave you some real practical tools you can start using tonight. Leg cramps can feel like just an annoying part of getting older, but you don't have to just accept the pain. There really are things you can do. If this video helps you, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up. It helps us reach more folks just like you who are dealing with the exact same thing. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because next week we're covering another topic a lot of you have been asking about: natural ways to improve sleep after 60. Drop a comment below and let me know. Have you tried any of these tips before? What's worked for you? I read every comment and I love hearing from this community. Thanks so much for spending this time with me today. Take care of those legs, drink your water, and I'll see you in the next video.